What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Chris back again with another video for you guys today. Headliners 2 is here. This is the first day. I kind of want to talk to you guys about when to buy these current players because they're only in packs until Tuesday. And I also want to talk about like things that I've been doing and just all around market content pretty much for this video. It's going to be another market watch. If you guys do enjoy these type of videos, could you guys please drop a like if you guys like it. Subscribe if you are new around here. If I can get 40 likes on the video, I'd very much appreciate it. And yeah, let's get right into the video. So what I've been doing today, and I only have 403k. I have about 2 million coins if I was to complete or to sell everything. These were like basically my Thursday flipping. So I bought like 3 Oblaks. I bought a Sergio Ramos. These 2 Allisons earlier on stream, I picked them at 120 each, sold them both at 134. The other informs, I'll kind of get into that in a little bit. We bought an Aubameyang at 343. We bought 2 Sterlings at 120. We bought this Dybala at 96. What else did we do this weekend? Who else did we buy? We bought a Wijnaldum at 46, sold him at 59. This I bought at 205. And I didn't have a big budget, realistically, to kind of, you know, go in on Thursday flips this week. But the market on Thursday didn't really go up that much. Like, it went up a little bit, but it had a couple different reasons why. I picked all these guys up. This Pogba at 180, this at 64. I picked these 2 up at like 44. I'll talk to you guys why that happened, and then one at 155. So let's clear that. And so why the market isn't going up that much on Thursdays is because everyone knows now that Thursday is the day where the market is supposed to go up. Remember how I always tell you guys about Sunday and how the market is not actually the lowest on Sundays anymore because everyone thinks that the market is low on Sundays. So what you're having now is you're having people buy Sunday and Monday, and they're selling on Thursday. Now when everyone is selling on Thursday and the market for whatever reason doesn't go up as much as it should, you're not really going to see much of a rise, to be honest. Whether that be because of a loading screen, whether that be for whatever type of reason, people are buying so much for Thursday, they're actually like overlisting the card. They're not allowing the card to rise to its full power. So for right now, I mean, honestly, Wednesday night is actually a really good time to sell cards, specifically Team Week investments. We saw that Jadon Sancho from his, so on Saturday night or Sunday, he was 135k. He went all the way to 165 by Thursday night, and I don't know if he's still around there, but I want to kind of look before I almost drop my controller there. Let me go and see where Jadon Sancho is on the market right now. He's about 180 actually, so you know what, he kind of went up even more tonight. But in the case of this card, he has so much demand. There are some Team Week investments that don't actually go up anymore on Thursdays. They actually go down. And that's kind of what you're seeing with a lot of different cards. These cards are really just stagnating on Thursdays, and they're really rising from like Sunday to Wednesday. So if I were you, just be very careful of the prices that you're paying. You can still sell Thursday, don't get me wrong. I think that's still a good time to sell. I would also, if you guys are okay with that, sell Friday night as well, because Friday night, last year the market would always rise Friday night, and now it's every single week it's been rising. So EA is not purposely trying to crash the market anymore on Fridays, and the market has been doing really well Friday nights. So if you want, instead of selling Thursday, because that's when everyone else is selling, maybe you hold some of those cards till Friday night. Now, a couple of the investments that I talked about, and the reason why I bought some, was because of Headliner 2. So that was a good opening discussion. We got Raheem Sterling today. That's one example, right? And I bought a couple at like 44 and under, and the reason why I did that is because he's going out of packs today, and people need him for weekend leagues. So he's currently 45. These both are going to get sold. I'm going to see if I can get out at like 48, 49. It's a little bit of profit. It's nothing crazy that I did. And yeah, Headliner 2 is here. And let's kind of go back onto Fuppin and talk about the team and basically how in the future you guys can kind of trade with some of these cards. So on the first day, the market usually for these cards, it's really, really high in the beginning. And then towards the nighttime, I'd say around 7 p.m. Eastern time, which I think is around 2 a.m. UK, Or no, I think it's midnight UK. Midnight UK all the way to like 3 a.m. There's a really good opportunity to buy these cards, because what happens on a Friday night is they get really rare, but they also, well, at this time they don't get rare. At this time they're getting supplied into the market, but there's not as much buy power because people from Europe and the UK are asleep. So when those people do wake back up and you bought all these cards, they're going to start rising because the kids want to play with these cards for Weekend League. They want to invest before their games happen, for the live cards in particular. So I bought myself a Werner at 475. Now this card was just for 500. I think this was a 10k undercut. It was a 49, a 490, and then he's 500 and 511. So the first thing you want to look at with these cards to be able to trade with them, I would personally, if I were you guys, stay away from Royce, stay away from Wijnaldum. Madison, I probably would stay away from as well. Aubameyang is just back up on 1 mil. He was 925 earlier, like an hour ago. But if we go and look at these cards, let me just close that really quick. If we go and look at some of these cards, what you want to be looking at is the overnights. That's the first thing you want to look at, and supply as well. You want to look at supplies. So I for sure want to look at this card. He is 499 in the market. I bought mine at 475. So already, I'm already gonna at least make minimum. I'm just gonna break even on the card. Now what I want to go and look at is, let's go to like 535. Let me see like how much I can actually make on a card like this. So 535, there is about 1 page and 1 at the in the second page. So that's 11 Werners between 500 or 400, what I'm putting up here, and 535. Now what if I was to go to 550? How high could this guy realistically go? Again, he has pretty much 2 pages to 550. Now if I look at the overnights, right, I'm looking at a 509, I'm looking at a 530, couple 550s, some 540s, a 509, and a 511. So what's going to happen with here is when the EU wakes up, or UK, these 509s and the 511s are going to get bought, because they're going to be the cheapest on the market at that time, and they'll probably just get bought. Now in 3.5 hours, which is where this card is on the market, that's about almost 3 a.m. my time. That's about 2:15 a.m. my time, which is about 7:15 UK. So people are just starting to wake up when this card is getting off the market. So even if this card was not to get bought, because maybe the guy has not gone up that much, he's still going to go up in price, because the UK is going to make the price go up, because people are going to want to buy him for Weekend League. And that's why trading with these cards is a lot of fun, because you can do this with Werner, you can do this with like cards that don't have much supply. I'm looking at this Raheem Sterling right now. Alright, he's already 510,000 coins. This guy was on as low as like 470, 475. And, you know, on stream today, I was looking, and I saw a lot of these cards were at decent prices. I saw that the only ones I didn't really like was Wijnaldum. I didn't like Royce at all. I don't get how this card is 1.67. I don't agree with that price at all. I didn't really agree with Wijnaldum because of the +1. It wasn't really much of an upgrade either. Thiago Silva, I like to stay away from, just because I feel like not many people are going to want to use a Thiago Silva anymore. Like, maybe if I look at like a Digne here, for example. Digne is about 175k, 178. If I go and look at the hourly graph, so he was as high as 185, he went as low as 179. And he was like 257, went all the way down to like 170. So that was his lowest, 170. I can easily, even if I to go on Digne's card right now, and I want to see how much supply this card actually has. So let's go to Digne and let's see how much he is. So we're going to go to like 150 all the way to like 180. So he's currently 181. Now, for me to make profit on this card, I need to actually get to 200. Because you're buying at 180, you sell at 200, it's 10,000 coins profit. Now, if I go and look, there's about 3 pages. You know, that's not great, to be honest. That's 3 pages that would have to get cleared for me to get just to 200k. So for me, let's go look at 190. Let's go and see 190 and what the price is there. If we see 190, okay, there you go. He's about, you know, 11 players between, you know, the 150 and the 190 mark. So that's not bad. Now, I saw an open bid there. I don't know if I can find it anymore, but there was an open bid that I want to kind of look for. Here it is right now. I'm going to keep an eye on that because maybe I want to try out maybe like 170-ish on this card. So the overnights weren't that bad, and to 190, that's not too bad. So maybe like 170 is what you look for on this card. And that's kind of how you trade with these cards. You look for the overnights, you look at the supply, and you kind of see if they match up. Now, what have I been doing, right? So I invested in a shit ton of cards. Now, I bought a lot of Saul's at like 65 and under because I think that this card, even at 80k at a packs, I think is still like 10, 12k a card. So I'm going to buy it and see what happens there. It's kind of like lazy trading, but I could trade on my own with like 600k. Like, that's no problem. I got these 3 Sterlings I'm going to still try to sell for lazies. I still have a Pugbed 180, who just really didn't rise this week, if I'm being honest. I got this Werner at 475, so I'm going to see if I can find like a 530 overnight, which is about 28,000 coins. That's not too bad on that card. Now, we also want to talk about when do you guys want to be buying these cards. That's, I think, what you guys are clicking on the video for, because that's going to be the title. When to buy these kind of cards. So, I want to go into Road to the Final cards. Road to the Final 2 cards had the same similar path for when they were in packs and when they went out of packs. They went into packs on the Friday and went out on Tuesday. Now, if I look at some of these cards, okay, I want to look at the immediate future for these cards. Now, I don't know what happened on the market during these circumstances to make these cards drop down here, but in the immediate term, let's see what they did. So on the Friday, he went from 469, this Memphis Depay. He went all the way down by Sunday to 380. He chilled around 380 until the Monday. And then Tuesday, the second they went to packs, he just got panic bought all the way back to 418. And then it seemed like he did go down all the way to 360. Now, I don't know why that's the case, why he went down. Maybe that is due to Leon and their placement and pretty much like that. But it does seem like in the short term, these cards did go as low on the Sunday. That's what I've been looking at from a lot of these cards, these different cards. This one's a little bit different. This one actually went up from the first day, all the way up to 740, went down to 700, and then just kind of rose back up. I think Road to the Final 2, I think these cards are going to have the same prediction as these cards. I do think they're going to rise a good amount. They're also newer, and at this point in the game, you have to remember that Road to the Final 2, whatever they were going down in price for whatever reason, it probably had to do with the market not having enough coins at that time, because at the time of, November 25th, November 26th, EA was really obsessed with making the market drop a lot and making people lose coins. Because in their minds, and I can guarantee you this is what they thought before the year started, let's crash the market a good amount of times, because everything they were doing was trying to manipulate the market. They wanted the market to drop. They wanted to make people lose coins, because then they thought that if people lost coins too much, they wouldn't have been able to afford their teams. They would actually buy FIFA points to go and get those teams back. It didn't really work out that way. People actually end up leaving the game because of that. So a lot of these cards, they probably went down because the market either, first off, people don't play that much during the week, and people didn't have enough coins probably at the time. Now, we are just at the team of the year, where I do think the market has a lot of coins. I mean, we've seen it. We've seen the market have a lot of coins. Look at this guy. He is being held up at 1.67. All right, a bombing's at 1 mil. Which, to be honest with you, I was thinking to myself, why is a bombing so low compared to like a Royce? But it makes so much sense. Arsenal probably will now win 4 in a row. Let's be really honest. The only way that this card can get an upgrade is by himself, by scoring 2 or 3 goals in a win. So that is probably why he's not as high as he probably should be, because of the team that he plays for. And then you compare it to like a Leicester City, right, who's in 2nd place in the Prem, who, he's been getting a lot of informs this year, James Maddison. He already has 2. And, he's pretty reliable, and Leicester have won a lot of games this year. So I'm not surprised at the price of this. I am a little bit surprised on Wijnaldum, though. But going back into like what my train of thought was, and I get carried away sometimes, go on tangents, but I do believe that these cards are going to be cheapest on Sunday or Saturday, which is the day you're watching this video. I do think it's going to be lowest, probably Saturday night or Sunday. And the reason why I think that is because I think by at least Monday, you're going to see people start to buy right back up. Now, every time I say the buy price or the buy time is on Saturday, everyone always buys. And that's not due to me. That's just due to a perception that everyone thinks the market is going to be low on Sunday and everyone buys. so the buy day is always on Saturday. I could very easily see this, like, after these games today or tomorrow, whenever they're playing, they'll probably get a little bit of a drop-off, which is when you probably want to buy these cards. They're not going to be heavily supplied. Probably not many people open lightning rounds this week. And also, if I'm kind of judging, you know, like, the supply in these cards, we're not getting any SBCs anymore that are tradable. I mean, we're getting SBCs. We did get, obviously, a Tammy Abraham today. But he didn't give out a pack, right? He only gave out, you know, his card. We get a headliner challenge for, you know, a kid. And then we get a mega pack, which is untradeable. So, whoever is packing these players, and the pack weight is not good either. Like I want to show you guys the percentage of how much these cards can get packed. With a 100k pack, they get, I think it's like 2.8%. They actually lowered it from where it was previous week, which was 3.5%. So they've even lowered the pack weight a little bit. They're all really rare. And I think they're going to continue to be rare. And I remember during that Road to the Final week where we kept talking about buy whenever there's supply. Nah, you gotta buy probably today when you're watching this video, or tomorrow. That's the last time, because I do think they're gonna rise a lot out of packs. They're gonna be really rare. They have really good names on this, on the headliner too. And I think whatever panic we get from Future Star, and I don't think there's gonna be as much as we did last year. I'm not gonna see, you know, a Team of the Year Mane go down 400k. Like, I'm not seeing that this year. There's no shot that's happening, because I think that the market knows it's coming. The market knows that Future Stars is coming this year. Last year they did not get to know. So the market always reacts differently when it's just kind of surprised a little bit. When something new like that comes out, and it's the first time they ever did that kind of promo, the market kind of freaked the fuck out, because everyone didn't know, like, oh my god, like, it's Future Stars. The, like, young kids who have really good potential. That is what football, you know, people love. They love potential. They love youth players who can, you know, basically when Messi and Ronaldo retire, they can kind of take the role of, like, one of the best players in the world at that point. And people are in love with getting their players from their team. So for myself, exactly, Angel Gomez or Mason Greenwood, I would love to have in my team. That is how everyone else is thinking as well. So everyone panic sold last year because they were like, oh my god, Future Stars, that is ridiculous. First time they've ever done a promo like that. So I don't think it's going to be like panic like that, like we got last year. I just don't see it. So if these headliner cards do go down at any point, remember they are a live card and they are dictated by their wins, losses, draws, or their individual performances. That is how they're going to fluctuate a ton. So they're going to have the same fluctuation. They're going to probably go up before their games. They're going to go down after if they don't have a good performance from themselves. They'll probably still drop even if they have a win. And then they'll probably pick up more steam into the following week, into the next game. Which is why, like I was talking about on stream earlier, that a lot of the Prem cards probably aren't going to, like, fly this week. Because they don't have a game until next Sunday, I believe. Next Saturday. So you still have about a week because there's FA Cup this weekend. But for the rest of the leagues, they all have domestic competition. So I do think you're going to see these cards continue to rise up. I do say if you can get them at certain prices Saturday and Sunday, I would take that. Because I do think they're going to get panic ball Monday, Tuesday, and then into the following week. So that's kind of my thoughts on the headliner promo. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video today. Make sure you guys do drop a like, comment, subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.